Yeah. So the girl just continued on her way. All was, well. You continue on. You reach the big lake that's over the hills. It's a beautiful lake. Like the one you're kind of used to seeing. It's beautiful as well, and it's big, expansive water. This one is very idyllic and very picturesque in its setting. It's very large too. Like there are islands in the middle of the lake and stuff. Um,
Oh,
you're aware like one of the island you're closest to is actually a weird zone itself. It's did I do the whole move to the thingy?
Hmm?
Oh no, because I'm doing the ruler. Yeah, you know
Oh,
that
that one.
island
Yeah.
there's it's just one big weird zone. Everyone's kind of aware of that kind of, but weirdly enough, it has people that live on it. It's a weird zone that the
ooh.
effect is people who go there suffer extreme memory loss, and there's a weird group of people who live there deliberately to forget their lives and forget the problems of the world.
I see.
So it's a bit of a creepy place. It's a very very idyllic setting.
Does it have a name yet?
I've not named it yet. Does anybody have a good name for a place like that?
Could it be like an ex-insane asylum that people like live on this tiny island?
I don't think so. I think it is just a beautiful, idyllic-looking island with
How I feel. Okay.
grass and stuff that people
Yeah, I
go
see
to
you.
deliberately when life gets too much and just forget and live there. Very simple lives, but with no memory of their past.
Hmm.
Hmm. Let's think.
You can come back to it if anything
Interesting.
comes
Well,
up.
yeah, no, interesting.
Yeah.
I like this
Yeah,
though.
it wouldn't be a name they have for themselves. It'd be what the people at the base call them.
They would have probably forgot it.
Yeah, because they wouldn't remember. They wouldn't remember their names or anything. Although I don't think any of you have ever been there to meet them.
No.
Anyway, from there you travel down a coastal road until you reach the old destroyed town that goes on here. You skirt the town though, you don't go into it because you want to avoid going into places with lots of buildings in general. You just get
Hmm.
trapped there, the crazies come out of the buildings, it's bad times. You see the junk farm, which you decided not to go into, and I think you've stuck to that idea.
Yeah.
It's basically surrounded by a 30-foot tall wall of crushed cars. Like,
Yeah.
and it's a big perimeter of crushed cars. You have to go quite far around it to get around the whole perimeter. Because they have all their farmland inside, so they've got a lot of space. That's a big... The junk farm doesn't have a... It's got good tall walls, but it's not known for, like, raiding or having anything apart from it's where people get a lot of their food from. Like, you can always get a lot of meat in this apocalypse. There's lots of animals in the trees, but it's good to get some farmed vegetables sometimes.
Yeah.
Because that's how you get beer.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah, yeah. This is definitely an alcoholic apocalypse. Not having no beer in my apocalypse. You go around the farm, you head down, and eventually you come to a spot where, in the middle of this road that you're following, somebody's just driven like a metal stake into the ground, and then like a wooden sign has been attached to it, and the sign just has the word "wrong" written across it, and
We must be close.
yeah, and you get the feeling this is the marker saying if you go any further down this road, you're in the wrong.
Here be dragons.
Here be dragons.
So I'll just like grumble, here we go.
Okay. So I think they pull up to a stop in front of the sign, and there's a pause amongst the kind of these like military-esque guard dudes, and eventually one of them looks at Scalpel and goes, "So, what do we do?"
We should find that hospital as quick as possible. I don't want to stay in this zone any longer.
Do we know what it does?
No.
No.
Most of the zones are pretty random in their effects. They tend to have more than one. The effects tend to change. Like the island is
Of
a
course.
rare example of one that's quite stable in its
Okay.
effect. But for the most part, they're pretty. Even you could live right next to a zone and not know what it does, apart from don't fucking go there.
People die there.
Yeah, don't
Or
do
go
it.
insane or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
So I think Holt goes. You just want us to drive in as fast as we can go.
I don't know. I don't really know. What do you think, Scout?
Hmm. So does the weird zones, do they affect high tech in any way?
Depends on the weird zone.
Damn. Okay. And then so we couldn't know about cars. And then can I assume I know from how far where we are, where the hospital is, if I know the area ish? Like-
You reckon it should be close-ish, within a few minutes drive if nothing goes badly wrong. Like, part of the only reason they're doing this is because it's supposed to be near the edge.
Okay. I'm gonna embrace the weird. I'm gonna get weird and ask the Maelstrom what to do.
Awesome. You get weird. Did
Oh
Oh.
God.
you had such a good bonus on that. Did Boros's roll? Is Boros's camera off for anyone else, or is it just me?
No, it's fine here.
No.
Just me. Okay. I will relog real quick. 1, 2, 3. Do 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 do.
Okay.
Fixed it.
Oh, XP for that.
Yeah, you get XP for that. Yeah, okay. I mean, you stop and you look into this weird zone, and you open your mind. And what does it normally look like when Boros is opening his mind? Like, do you go a place in your mind? Does the world change?
I feel like everything kind of collapses away, and I feel like I can see and feel all these like vibrations and like things pulsating. It's very similar, I think, to like the way the heartbeat of the mother is. Like that, like I can just feel the attunements of things, and I think
instead of it being one big heartbeat, you see the individual heartbeats of different things.
yeah, very smallly though, right? It's not as like acute as the mother. It's like I have a small sight into the vibrations of like all the things. Maybe especially when I open my brain though.
Okay, so you close your eyes and open your third eye, and you try and focus on these vibrations that you feel. You can sense the vibrations of the people around you. Scalpel's very like clear, crisp vibration. This very controlled sort of feeling. Fiera's bizarre, like chaotic one, shimmering in different places and like normally everyone's vibration kind of comes from is the same in the same plate, like from all over. Hers is different in different parts and they change. It's very confusing.
Pulsating, yeah.
Yeah. Christ has a very weak vibration at the moment, whereas Rafe and Halt both have much more steady kind of beats to them. And then you kind of look away from the thing and look at the weird zone. Now for a moment there's nothing, and then there's just one big bass beat, like boom. And you just fall backwards and open your eyes again, just letting go.
Do I open my eyes on my back?
Yeah.
Like am I on? Oh, okay.
You're like you're turtled. For everyone else, you just fell over. Like
From
somebody
my
shoved
back,
you.
I like say up to Scalpel. Whatever we do, we have to do it fast.
All right.
Okay, weirdo.
Rafe puts.
Yeah, I'm just standing there. I fall onto my back, and I'm just like, we have to do something quick.
And
I just saw you like fall for nothing, and
yeah, it looked like
okay.
like to everyone else.
Like
he was just
probably you were like
straight,
looking
and then-
over at me. You were looking over at me, and I was like standing very erect and not twitching very much,
Yeah.
but like maybe swaying slightly. So it looked different than for sure, but like ever so slothfully swaying, and then just like collapsing on like straight, like pah.
And it wasn't like his legs gave out. It looked like someone just punched him in the chest, and his legs, like, straight onto his back. All right, you said that, and Rafe just puts his foot down and starts driving in. Like, the wheels spin for a second, and Rafe drives in full speed. And he's
All right.
driving in, like going quite fast. Like everyone kind of has to grab a rope, or like you just stay on the ground, probably sliding about people's feet.
Yeah.
You push in, and there's like a bunch of screeching. Fiera, if you're still in the front seat, like you're like having to grip on quite tight.
All right.
He screeches along, and you can tell he's kind of panic driving. Like he's just pull the band-aid off, you know. And he screeches along, and then suddenly like pulls to a sudden stop after only a few minutes of driving. And you find yourself standing outside of... Well, not standing. The car comes to a screeching stop in the car park of a large building that to us would definitely be kind of recognizable as a hospital.
Mm-hmm.
So there's this big hospital building in front of you, and you come to a stop in its car park. And, and as he stops, there's like a spluttering noise from the engine. Like... And Riff goes,
Crap.
Fuck. I probably shouldn't have done that. It's a piece of shit. I'll have to get out and fix it.
I'm jumping out and trying to motion everybody out. I'm like, okay, 2 of you need to stay here. The rest of us need to go and attempt to get everything back here, like, now.
Wait, you want us to stay with the car? We need to stay with you, weirdo.
We need to get something running so we can get out of here.
Give me a second, I'll fix it. God. And Rafe goes and like picks up, like pulls the thing, and you can see he's like starting to tinker with the car. Halt and Christ get out. Christ staying very close to Burroughs. Fiera, Scalpel, what do you do?
I have
get
like strange deja vu sensation.
Yes, this is definitely the building your strange, very clear maelstrom vision took you to.
Okay, so I'll just tell everyone, pick up some crates. We're probably gonna find some things, some useful things inside this building.
I'm already kind of scouting out the area around the car and the parking lot area.
Do you want to read the scene?
Yeah, I totally do, actually.
Farah, were you wanting to do anything?
I just like to see, we're still basically during the day, right? Sun is shining. Open area.
Yes, the sun. Well, it's very clouded over. It's November in a kind of coldish climate, so it's very cloud over, maybe a little drizzly, but there's still lots of light. Everything is very decent.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
The attack this morning happened very early.
I'm just gonna just stare in, like, not so much stare, but I'll just try and like look around a little bit, but not specifically towards anything.
Cool. I would say you're helping Burroughs with his read assist.
Oh, I can try to assist, right?
He don't need no help. He got a 10. Maybe for next time we'll remember.
Yeah.
Burroughs,
Right.
You get to ask a bunch of questions of me.
I have 3, and I'm gonna use them all right now. So, what should I be on the lookout for?
What should you be on the lookout for? Let me just have a look at these
Yes.
questions myself, and I can sort of try not to over answer. Supposed escape route. Vulnerable. What's the biggest threat? So, what should I be on the lookout for? You should be on the lookout for something to make carrying all these medical supplies easier. Perhaps like a gurney or a trolley or something.
Oh, easy. Okay.
Yeah, something along those lines, because it's going to be a bastard to carry crates and do anything else. And there's normally a lot of that kind of stuff in hospitals.
What's my best escape route from the hospital?
There is a ambulance nearby that looks like it's in pretty good condition. In fact, it looks like it's in better condition than your U-Haul truck. And it's probably not got any fuel. Like, fuel evaporates over time, so it might not have any fuel in it. But if you get fuel into it, it would be a better escape route than your truck. And something else to use to carry stuff.
That was 2.
That was 2.
Who's in control here?
Who's in control here?
Or what?
Yeah, just thinking how to answer that. So,
It could be us too.
yeah, it could be, but it's not.
Ooh.
In control of this parking lot that you're in right now, is the people moving through the nearby buildings to get closer.
So I can tell there's people coming.
Yeah, you didn't ask the enemy's true position, but I think it's fair to say
I
you
know.
know that there is somebody else, you're in their territory, and they're moving closer. Those people are not in control of the hospital, though.
They're not in control in the hospital.
No.
Okay. I scurry back. I quickly head back and relay this to my party. I already am gonna say, okay, there's an ambulance. If we can siphon some of the gas out of this truck, and we can put it in there, and if we might need to find some more. If there's any gas on the cans on the truck, that'd be useful. We need to search the area for that. Once we're inside, we'll need to grab a gurney or something, maybe some wheelchairs to pile some shit on. Also, in the meantime, there's people coming here who don't like us, and they aren't the ones that we should probably be worried about, because we're going to be heading into the hospital, and I think somebody else has dibs on that.
Wait. What was that last part? Yeah. What was the last part there about people?
There's people coming right now, and there might be more people inside. FYI.
So the guys with guns suddenly look very concerned and begin to look around. Like, checking the surrounding area. And as they do so, everyone can kind of start to see movement in the surrounding town.
Mm-hmm.
And I think after a few seconds, like, you can see Rafe is still like tinkering with the car, like pouring water into it. It looks like he just like basically overheated the engine and blew out, and he's just trying to cool it down.
Guys, there's people coming. We need to hurry.
Does anybody do anything in this? I'm giving you a window of time for actions.
I'll just pull my 9mm out and try to read the siege.
Sure, you can also read the sitch.
Yeah.
Well, it's a different sitch now, basically.
Oh.
Oh my god, yes!
You know this situation.
Scalpel, I love you.
You know it perfectly. You know everything there is to
On
know
a
about
12
this.
plus, yeah, you get good shit.
Only if you've
So-
opened the move.
Oh, damn it, that's right.
But that'd be one to open up one day.
Okay, so what's my enemy's true position?
In that, there's definitely something menacing about the hospital. There is something weirdly dangerous there. But your current direct enemy is the large crowd of people you can see about to pour out of one of the nearby buildings. Like, they're just kind of waiting to reach critical mass. And then they're a couple of seconds from just running at you. And you can tell there's even more coming behind them.
Okay, so they're all packed up.
Yeah,
Like in a...
they're basically forming into a gang.
Okay.
We don't have a gang.
No.
This
You have
is
guys
no
with
bueno.
guns, but
So
I'm gonna sneak away, by the way. In the meantime,
are you going to slip away?
find cover, hide.
Now, are you sneaking away into the hospital, or are you finding somewhere in the parking lot just to hide in?
No, I'm not going into the hospital quite yet.
Cool. So, you want to maybe slip into the back of a car, or under a
Yeah,
car?
something like that.
That's good.
How about under a car? I like that.
So
That's
Farah
fine.
just like slips under this car, like while no one's watching.
I kind of look around. I'm like, the little one's gone. We should do the same or get ready to fight.
As you
So
say that, you see a large man kind of step out of the nearby house, like kind of trundles out, and you hear the guardsmen go, "What the? Hey, you!" I suppose it'd be. I've got voices for them. I need to remember them. Holt would shout out, "Hey, you! What do you want?" The man looks over and goes, "Are you not well? Is that why you're going to the hospital?"
I defer to Scalpel.
I don't want to know. I got 2 questions left. So
Oh, yes, you do. Yes, you do.
I want to know what is our biggest threat. Which enemy is our biggest threat? Is that the weird hospital, or is the crowd?
It's hard to say which is more dangerous to you, but the immediate threat is definitely the crowd.
Okay.
Like they being the biggest, they are the most aggressive threat. There's definitely a
and-
bad feeling coming from this.
You can
And-
continue the conversation and use your hold after you get another response.
Yeah, I guess. So I just focus back on the guy and say, we actually need some supplies. Does anyone of you is this hospital your property?
No, the hospital belongs to the Carver. Can't go in there. We can't let you go in there. You'll feed him. You can't feed the Carver.
Who's
Ca-
that?
Can't let them in. Can't let them in. No, the Carver gets stronger when people. Everyone, we can't let them in. And then like more people start coming out of the building, and you can see they're kind of holding like bits of broken steel and glass and rebar, and then like can't let them in, and a bunch of them don't move yet. You can see there's more in the building, but about 15 or 10 to 15 of them just start running forwards, like sprinting towards you over things. And you're like, "Don't let them in the hospital! Don't let them in! The Carver will get them!"
Are they attempting to attack us then?
Yes, they are running towards you, carrying blades and bludgeoning instruments and frothing at the mouth. One man has his pants off.
Savage. I have a question maybe about a piece of gear.
Okay.
The pain wave projector goes off like a reusable grenade. Does that mean I can throw it?
Yes.
They are running at us. I'm going to throw it at them
Okay.
and pain wave them.
So what move would you say you're doing? Sounds like you could be possibly
If I don't
going-
have a chance to miss, I want to try to sucker them by going just crazy on them, right? Just out of the blue, the whole crowd, and then try to get them to be reasonable for a sec.
While you can't exactly miss, this is more of a going aggro situation because they could
Okay.
possibly, push through it
okay.
and get to you.
So, on a 10 plus, they have to choose to cave, and do you want a force? Okay, so yeah, I guess I'll go aggro, and then we'll see what happens.
And what you want is for them to run away, or like stop, or like just buy yourself
Back
time.
off calmly, hands where you can see.
Yeah, so you want them to back. You want to break this crowd's momentum,
Yeah,
or they'll get, their fucking brains hurt.
exactly. I want to like toss it in, like crowd control them, and then Angel can rally them. Hopefully,
Yeah.
is my ultimate goal.
Yeah.
So that sounds good. I'll go aggro. I'm fine with this.
Cool. So you partially succeed. I think they're going to back off. Like the pain wave projector lands in the middle of them. it screeches, or does it make a sound, or is it just?
I think when you're in it, it sounds like a screech, like horrible piercing, like in the center of your skull, like makes you want to dig your fucking head out, like through your eyes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you're not in it, I don't think it does anything. I think people would just like start clutching at their heads and freaking out.
Yeah. So what everyone else sees is him like throw this like random bundle of wires into the middle of them, and then the crowd just goes, freaks out, like starts screeching and hollering and clawing at their heads, and they turn and they run back into the buildings. Like they just leg it back into the buildings and go and lick their wounds. Like, but you can see they're again like starting to build up, and like they're kind of spread around you. There could be hundreds of people, you're not sure, like spread out throughout these buildings. And you can hear them gibbering and like making like calling out like strange things like, you know, the Carver, and they might be contagious, or stuff like that. Just little bits about Farah, you can't really see any of this. You're just like curled up underneath this car.
Exactly.
And I think at this stage, Christ grabs the back of Burrows and is like, "It's not safe out here. We gotta get inside." And starts trying to lead Burrows inside.
I don't want to go inside. Oh shit, this is no bueno. I'm like gesturing. I'm trying to like hold him back, and I'm trying to get Scalpel to like figure something out. I don't have very much cool, and I'm freaking out, and I need somebody who is like sane to deal with this.
You've got another question as well if you want to ask it, Scalpel.
Yeah, I was about to ask which of my enemies, is most vulnerable to me. But since they are all gone, I guess I'm.
No, they're definitely not gone. They're just.
They're just retreated.
They pulled back for like. If you think about it, there was a big group of people, and some of them came forwards, and then he scared those off. But that big group is still around you in the shadows, yelling.
Okay.
I think every now and then a bottle or something flies overhead and smashes nearby.
Yeah, or like a can or a brick or something.
Yeah,
like
like
a rock.
they're not in throwing distance, but they're doing that thing where every now and then, like, oof, they throw something.
Where's our best way into the hospital?
Through the front doors.
So we're just gonna storm in.
Yeah, there's these big front doors open.
So at this point, I'm just gonna. Church is already. I mean, not Christ. Christ is leading me in. Yeah. I'm just gonna shout out to Farah, "Little one, if you're out here, don't come in yet. Take your time."
But by the way, who was the? I forgot. I should have made a note of this. Who was the one of the guards who was also a wolf? There was
Holt.
At least one. Holt.
The middle-aged one with the M16. He's a big guy. He's the one who has the bad lungs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I stealthily follow him wherever he goes?
Yes, but I think you'll have to act under fire, and the fire here is being left behind. If you want to move stealthily, because the guards have had enough. They're not staying out here. There's basically a massive riot about to descend on them. Yeah, you do it.
No problem.
Never mind. Forget everything I said. You follow on after. And kind of as you're getting, you make your way inside. You can probably duck in behind some chairs in the lobby of the hospital. The crowd bursts and like they have run forwards, and you can see there's dozens of people at the very least, and they're all coming forwards, and they're all like gibbering. They're going, no, don't let them in, tear them up before the Carver does. And you pull in, but the crowd runs to about the threshold, like the stairs, and stop and begin milling around, and like, you know, they won't come in, but they shout and they curse, and more bottles come flying.
Mm-hmm.
And you're in this, if you've ever, you know, the waiting room of a hospital. It's very dilapidated. It's covered in cobwebs. Cobwebs are absolutely everywhere. And you notice there's like dead bodies as well. There's 2 dead bodies in the room. Look like they kind of look long dead, but not maybe long enough. Like if it happened during the initial thing, like 70, 80 years ago, they should be like pretty much skeletons, but they're just bodies.
Sure.
So you see that, and there's like a nurse slumped across the reception desk, like with cobwebs all over her, and like her hair up in a white bun, and she's just lying across the desk. And there's all these chairs, and you jump behind like some chairs to hide. And the guards all come in, and I think a couple of them even like take shots at the crowd, and one or two people fall. So you hear like the fire of rifles. Christ doesn't bother firing yet, but the two guys with rifles take a few shots, and some of the crowd fall. And after a few more shots, they all run for cover, but are still clearly milling around out there. And Hall goes, fuck, there's a lot of them. How can that many people be living in a zone?
I guess there, the danger.
Yeah,
The maelstrom attracts many wonders to it.
wonders. That looked like a wonder to you?
So many minds moving as one is quite wondrous, even if terrifying.
We had mobs before the world broke, I heard. There's nothing
Not
wondrous about a
that
fucking
moved
mob.
like this. These,
What?
they think it's in them. It's not their fault.
Well,
I think Holt takes like a step towards you for a second, like he's going to do something.
I'm assuming Christ is going to stand up and
Well, Christ's hand goes to his gun, but
Ooh.
Holt doesn't notice. But
Okay.
he stops himself and he goes, "Whatever. Let's just move on."
yeah, we shouldn't part our ways. We should. This
Yeah.
Carver thing is freaking me
Hello,
out.
how can I help you today?
I whip out something pointy to stab someone with. I'm holding it, and that freaks me out.
And Christ's gun is out now. Like Christ keeps his guns holstered, but they're out now. They all turn around. The receptionist is sat upright. The nurse,
Receptionist?
the nurse behind the reception desk with all the cobwebs over her. She's sat
The
upright.
skeleton?
Oh, she wasn't a skeleton. She was just lying on
Like
the...
mummified? Oh, gross. Okay.
She's sat upright and she's like smiling at you, and she's still covered in cobwebs, and there's like a patch in the dust where she was just lying. It's like, hello, how can we help you today? Is anyone hurt? Does anyone need anything?
We need to move. We need to go.
This is so freaking weird.
We have to hurry and find the things. Grab a
I
grenade.
like
We need to find something.
I like to read her. Actually,
Oh, man.
Yeah, go ahead, reader.
I'm just like interested. Oh, partial success.
Great.
So, what does your character intend to do?
To supply you with good customer service and see if you need any help.
Oh,
Um,
That's amazing.
how can I get your character to... Oh, no, that's not what I want. What does your character wish I'd do?
like bring me some supplies I want. Like,
Okay.
we are here to buy, not to buy, but to find some supplies. So,
Are you here looking for something?
yeah, definitely. A friend of mine is really badly wounded,
Oh dear.
and we need some medical supplies to help her.
Oh well, that is a shame. Is she with you?
No, couldn't move.
Oh well. Have you called 999?
What?
9999999.
The emergency
9!
service number for an ambulance.
This
for her?
area.
Do we know about this thing? Isn't it an
No.
old world thing?
This is an
we
old
don't
world
know.
thing. You're like, what?
Yeah.
999?
So just like, what?
It's like this is their Untergang the hospital.
Does anyone know what she's talking about?
We need to go. We can find what we need. This is... The more we
Oh.
stand here talking to her, the longer we have to be in here. And there's the butcher and the person who's dying.
Well, if you bring the person who's dying here, we've got the doctor could sure have a look at her.
Ignore this one.
He's on call. He's on call today.
Are there any doctors in here?
Oh yes, we have a doctor on call
No.
tonight.
What the fuck? Can you bring... can we see the doctor?
You could take a number.
I say no. No, don't take his number. Let's go quickly. Hurry.
Oh. I look at the guards, see what they're up to.
They're looking at you guys. This is weird, and you guys are weird, so they're hoping you'll... Like, I think Christ looks at you, Scalpel, and, like, gives you a nod, like...
At the very least, we can see if they'll cure Christ of his cancer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, Christ nods to you again, like, you know... He wants you to react in some... He's, like, looking
Yeah.
for something. You're not sure what.
I am not down for this plan.
I'm just
Let
going to
it
try
be stated
something.
in the record.
I'll just step in and say, well, this little fella here, he has cancer. Could you like do something for him?
Oh, I meant for you to nod back and I'd shoot her.
I like this
Cancer,
diplomatic approach. Though. Weird.
That is very serious. Well, I could try. Please just take a number and take a seat, and the doctor will be with you when he can.
Okay. So,
Do we wait?
yeah, I'm just like, let's see what she's going to do.
Lore question: can Farah read?
No.
I didn't think so. Okay,
Most people can't in this apocalypse.
I feel it.
It's a
If
pretty
I
rare
am
talent.
weirded out,
There's a few
roast
that
me.
can, but
Yeah, maybe Scalpel could. I imagine Scalpel has to read
Yeah.
the occasional medical journal, but most people cannot read.
Do you think if I left you a scribble, you could interpret it?
depends. Like if it's pictorial, then maybe.
Yeah, I'm just gonna randomly start he's talking to this nurse or whatever, and I'm just gonna start carving something on the floor.
Okay. I mean, Farah, you're in hiding right now, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but I'm making a loud, slightly loud gestures over, slightly over large. I'm trying to get your attention, but I'm scratching. It's making a sound, and then
Okay.
Scalpel has been talking, and
I mean,
please-
that
please
would
don't
get my
damage-
attention.
Please don't damage hotel property.
Isn't this a hospital?
Hospital property. Sorry.
I just keep going. I'm like, okay,
Please.
What are you trying to?
Please stop.
I want you to write a little note that's be cautious, follow us. Just I don't know, little pictograms of us, and then you following slightly behind and being sneaky. I'm just drawing little pictograms,
They're like
little
little
stick
chibi
figures.
stick men. Like they're little
Yeah,
stick men.
yeah,
you
yeah.
can tell
There's
it's
one
me
with
without
a
a big
bird nose.
poncho. Yeah,
All
there's
right.
a big a stick figure with a big pointy face, and we're derping around. I'm stabbing something into a wall, or I don't know, and then you're behind. I draw your weird limbs and your funky
Big
little
cone.
head behind a little
I see.
a wall, and I'm
Oh
just gonna,
yeah,
carve
I-
into the
we
floor.
haven't actually had a chance to describe Farah. That's just true. She's basically wearing an adult-sized long coat.
Yeah,
That's basically the arms of which basically drape across the floor as well.
Oh, okay, so I draw a stick figure with a giant coat on, right? And that's
Yeah.
you. And I'm pointing. It's a bunch of arrows at it, and then it's there's arrows to follow us.
Rafe,
Very pictorial.
Rafe leans over your shoulder, kneels down, takes out his big knife, and begins drawing a little Rafe, this big guy with a big gun. Carves that in.
We're just happily carving on the floor. I don't think he gets it, but I think he's just oh, he's bored. He's carving something. I do that too. And so we're carving little stick figures in the ground, and we're just okay, la la la. And Scalpel was just having a little convo.
Yeah. Scalpel, do you take a number?
Yeah.
Cool. So you take a number out of the thing and you look at it, and it's just a picture of diseased lungs.
Oh.
Like you might find a cigarette carton.
Oh, I'm so glad they're not on mine.
Okay. So I'll just
So
look at
everyone
the
sits.
receptionist.
You look at the receptionist and he goes, "We'll call your number soon."
Is there like eerie music playing or something?
I was just about to say that. I think the next shot is everyone's sort of sitting down. Farrah's probably behind the seat.
Yes.
You and Rafe are like carving the road, and then just there's like a crackling sound of an intercom, and then da 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 da.
I like this one. The vibrations are good.
So you sit there waiting for a time. The nurse kind of goes back to slumped over the reception desk. She just like lays her head down and slumps over it.
Just like carving things.
It goes out. The music stops, and then the lights in the hallway flicker and go out. And then the lights further up the hallway flicker and go out. And Rafe stands up and moves over. He's like, "What's going on over there?"
This is definitely not good.
And he clicks on, he's got like a torch on the end of his gun, holds it up, and walks down to the other end of the corridor.
Wraith
Well,
goes
be
there.
careful, my friend.
Rafe,
Yeah.
Rafe,
Okay.
hold back.
So
You
yeah,
ain't
Rafe,
going alone.
As Wraith, I kind of come out of hiding as Wraith does that. Anyway, I'm like, just wait. Don't stay in the light. Light's important here.
There you are, little one, with such good wisdom as well.
So yeah, Rafe stops and looks at you and goes, "Got light."
Yeah, but like avoid the dark, please. You're big and strong, but this is his world.
I feel like you might have to try and manipulate Rafe, because he...
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel this is... Let's
It's
make
fine.
a roll on this. Let's manipulate.
Yes.
Scalpel, I think, actually originally said to stop, though.
Yeah.
So maybe you're assisting. So you roll your...
I will assist.
Yeah, roll your...
My history with Scalpel. Okay.
I think your history's okay.
Actually, I got a +2. I can roll plus sharp to help someone, but I already got a +2 with Farrah. So.
No, but the other way around, right? Am I not assisting Scalpel here?
Yeah, you're assisting Scalpel, I think. 'Cause Scalpel is the
So
first
just
one.
take me.
So that's a -1 because this is how this goes.
7.
Par-
So does that get you
partial.
a partial? So that you get a +2, but you'll suffer the effects as well if it goes wrong. Something like that.
I think
I haven't,
so.
I haven't looked
Partial.
at help for a while.
So it's plus heart to seduce,
Yes.
to manipulate.
Yes, and you'll be getting a plus to this. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Rafe stops and goes, "All right, as you say." And he steps forwards, and as he steps forwards, the lights in his part of the hallway flicker and go out. Like, he steps forwards just in time not to be underneath the turned off light. He's like, "Huh." And he takes a couple of steps backwards, and flicker, lights go out again. He's like, holds up his torch and pushes it into the light. And then flicker, another light goes out in like a nearby office room. What does everyone kind of do?
It's Holt, right?
It's Rafe, the
That's
big
who's
guy with
Rafe?
the scarred eye. Holt's standing back with you guys. So's Christ. The light's not gone off on top of Rafe, but the lights are kind of going off in this room.
Rafe, stand back quickly. Come back. I'm telling him, like,
Yeah,
with urgency this time.
He's moved back. He moves back to you guys quickly, and more lights in the room flicker and go out. Like,
We should be on the move now. We can't stay here any longer. We have to find those supplies.
What I said from the beginning. I'm like pissed. I'm like stabbing the ground now with like a piece of like I don't know, just metal.
Rafe goes, "Hey, no, my picture." Oh,
Hurry, quickly, grab a gurney, grab a wheelchair, something. We need to hurry and find these supplies. And then, like, stealthily move away. Oh, damn it, we don't have any light sources, do we?
All the guards have torches, and they hold them up and begin moving them around.
This isn't enough. Does anybody have stuff to, like, would anybody have stuff to light something on fire? Like, make torches? Like, actual...
I don't guess so.
No, there's the thing, you don't really have time, because it looks like the lights in this room are going out within the next minute.
Yeah.
Okay, damn.
So, you might
So
need
should we
to
just leave this room?
You can either leave the room or you can stay in the room. It's just you do notice the lights are going out. You're like, don't one light fixture at a time, drawing steadily closer to you.
I'm gonna read the sitch.
Okay. Success.
Success.
Ask thine questions of me.
What's my best escape route?
Out the door.
Into the street?
Into the street to escape this, but there's still people out there.
Yeah, I don't want to go back there.
No, you don't, because they look pissed. And they're still, they can still see you, so they haven't dispersed.
Mostly my questions...
There is a hallway...
It's to the immediate situation. Yeah. Okay.
There is a hallway that is not had any light problems yet. In fact, there's more than one. There's a couple of hallways going out this room. It's only one hallway that's completely dark right now.
Mm-hmm.
So there are some hallways you could quickly move down. We might have to step on it because you have a feeling they're going to get cut off quite soon.
Okay. What's my biggest threat?
Whatever weird is here.
Okay.
There's something weird and it's in the dark.
Okay. And then I have like a kind of modified. What should I be? What should I be on the lookout for? It's mostly where can I find the supplies? I need all the supplies I can get right now. Yeah. To just grab and dash in at this point, I think.
You know that Scalpel saw a supply thing in like. Well, he don't think he said his head, but you know Scalpel apparently knows where the supplies shed is. If he opened his mind, you reckon he'd have a better chance of finding it?
Okay. I say, okay, leave it. We're gonna leave this room quickly. Stay to the light. Scalpel, you know where it is. I know you know. Open your mind. You need to bring us there now.